Hello everyone. In this video, I would like to talk about, honestly, my follow-up thoughts about Mr. Nazi sadly not being a part of season 3 of American Gods. Another thing I would like to, the other details I like to talk about the situation would be just the fact that, well, it still goes on the fact that Mr. Nazi in general is a very iconic character, and I still stand on the fact that he is strongly needed to be a part of American Gods. Not only because of the fact of he's good, strong representation for black people or people of color, especially us as Blerds, which are black nerds and etc. But also because of the fact that dude literally in some representations or some people's eyes in the American Gods community or the geek community itself, they do see that there's importance for him to be a part of, honestly, this show in season 3. And what his importance is, it's not only the fact of he's strong representation for us black people, but it's also because of the fact that, honestly, he was literally second in command of Odin's army when it comes to the old gods itself. Because this war coming, which assumably is going to come in season 3, it's mainly old gods versus new gods. So honestly, Mr. Nazi being second in command with Odin, that's even honestly even more reason for him to still stay the spider god of storytelling and etc., along with also being black representation for our culture as well too. And also along with that, it would be just the fact that his role honestly is heavy and it's very iconic. Not just him as a character himself, but also is very iconic when it comes to this day and age and era as well too. It's very immensely innovative because his innovation is just as powerful and as strong as anyone watching Watchmen recently, honestly, if I had to make another reference. Just like how in my past video I made references in the Marvel Universe with Magneto and Killmonger to, honestly, Baku being strong black characters or black individuals, whether it be background and ethnicity, aka their genes, to either it be their background of, honestly, just cultural background itself. One way or the other, they all were either black ideologies that are strong or either just black individual characters that have strong roles within themselves. And that's what made them important no matter what type of ideology or what type of stance they had. By the end of the day, they were powerful and strong, and that's what we need in the black community. It has been just like how my old like video said before, it has been done throughout the years, whether it be, there's neutral grounds or it be honestly a grounds where you're going to have a piece, like you have a peace side and you have the aggressive side. I'm not saying all the time that there should be two sides like that in one like significant goal, or one good type of representation for culture itself. But by the end of the day, we still need strong individuals and figures that are role models for our culture. That's what Nazi is. If I had to honestly also bring up more strong statements to this, it would be just the fact that, honestly, well, I'm going to be real with y'all. I was so distraught about the fact that Nazi being laid off and not being in season 3. I had to rewatch some of his speeches, his very iconic speeches. Aside from the first video that I made about him being laid off, and he talked about like honestly very pressing matters like black people sadly being in the slave ships and just being exported away from the motherlands. That's one thing that he brought up. That's only just one little speech that he brought up that was iconic and made his character hit the home run for being one of the best black characters, I would say. Whether it be fictional or it be an overpowered fictional like entity like the spider god of stories himself. But aside from all that, my thing when I rewatched his speeches, it'd be his second speech that I kind of like focused on the most. The second speech that I focused on one of some of his statements was the fact that he brought up the fact that honestly, day by day, present day wise, honestly, when there's either like light skinned to dark chocolate skinned women being taken, there won't be any Amber Alert honestly being alerted towards no one most of the time. And on top of that, it's not like if there was an Amber Alert that went off a lot when a black person goes missing, it's not like they're going to take it that seriously to find them that fast or quick as possible. That's was honestly one of the statements that he kind of was going towards when bringing up the statement of honestly missing black children. Another statement that he brings up is the fact that sadly, honestly, oppression is so vast and so strong, has a strong grip towards black people in general. It'll be just the fact that the system will make black people go to school, but sadly, one way or the other, it might try to find a way to honestly put them put them away in jail one way or the other. That's another statement that he said, which honestly him pointing out more facts that honestly America in general, when it comes to black culture itself, honestly is just unfair and messed up. Heck, even back, if I had to make another reference towards the slavery speech, it would be just the fact of he said America is honestly the land of milk and honey, but sadly, every 100 years, one way or the other, you're always going to get screwed over or get messed up. It's messed up, but it's not like he's lying though. And he does have reasons. Just like I said from my past video, he had reasons for being like that and honestly being angry as like his own black character or his own like representation of the black character of Mr. Nancy being honestly a god of our black culture or black culture itself. Now, another intriguing thing that I had to bring up when it comes to this foil or those statements, it would be just the fact that honestly, now this is just I would like to say controversial, but it would be just the fact that honestly there has been rumors about certain corporations lately that had ties with let's just say certain racist groups and for them to honestly renege and try to like be apologetic to their past ignorant and messed up choices in their past with their corporations or businesses, whether it be let's just say a food business or any other business. They trying to honestly sow back the money towards sad little honestly cultural groups like let's just say Jewish groups, like people of Jewish culture or anything else. They trying to sew back money that said same money and more into cultural groups like the Jews or any other group that were wronged. Now here's the funny kicker though, and why I make that reference or make that foil of a statement along with, you know, going hand in hand or a comparison to Mr. Nancy's statements in American Gods. There's stuff like that going on to where these businesses or groups could still honestly have the notion and have like the fortitude and innovation to honestly put back money towards like certain sad groups like Jews or either that's similar to America itself. But honestly, they won't easily sew back to certain messed up groups that were wrong for decades or years, like black people here and there. The only way that honestly we can get funded would probably be through the NAACP or one way or the other, arguably through HBCUs. But even at that, we still honestly still have to stand on our own 2 feet or our own grounds to honestly support black businesses, support HBCUs, support honestly other platforms of black people itself, which is a sad thing. Corporations could do that, but could honestly back up other cultures that have sad backgrounds. But it's not like you always hear that about us as black people, not all the time at least, arguably. But honestly, those are my final thoughts when it comes to Mr. Nancy's layoff and why I still stand and think and say that honestly Mr. Nancy is honestly a fitting role to stay in American God season 3. Not only just because of the war itself and he's like the right hand man to Odin, but also because of the fact that he brought it home. The dude literally brought it home. The dude literally brought it home when it came to like the iconic role of being Mr. Nazi itself, the spider god of storytelling. And one other final thought or one other statement that I had to say about this would be just the fact that honestly, I feel like he was so strong. It was just another fact that I had to bring up would be just the second speech where he talks about the basically Amber Alert and black children being taken away, like mysteriously. That speech right there, honestly, I will have to say this other statement would be just the fact that there were other two black gods in one room when he honestly talked about the fact of the messed up like symbolic oppression of black community itself this day and age from time to time. And those two black guys was honestly Belliquist and also a new basically an Anubis like helper or Anubis like right hand man as well too, because Anubis is a god of death. But other than that, yeah, Anubis has like his own his own like area to where he tend to the people who passed away, and he honestly makes a business out of that. Sadly, that's just what Anubis's role is. But aside from all that, it's honestly still the fact that there were two other black gods in that room, but out of both those black gods, Nazis spoke the truth about like America itself and all of its oppression through the system as well. And that's why I still say that he's a strong, beautifully good character to still have and what we still need for like the black community itself and also for American Gods as well too in the series. Please leave a like if you like this video. Please subscribe as well too. And please also like leave some comments of your thoughts as well too. Thank you and bye.